was a good take by Hedman. He looks pleased with himself, because it was met powerfully and firmly by a centre-back with a good goal-scoring record. Contrasting approaches from the two managers in general. Gordon Strachan wears his heart on his sleeve. Paul Jewell, much more phlegmatic. Beagrie. Redfern. Much more composure about Bradford in this second half. Redfern! Now it's the home team's turn to have more of the opportunities. Neil Redfern, very much a veteran. Paul. Keane. Nice spin away from O'Brien, who had hold of his arm at one point. Great control by Keane. Oh, and he's found the gap, and it hit the inside of the post. Span right along the line. Avoided the other post. It was an exquisite drag back from Robbie Keane, who then, having regained his balance, whipped in a sneaky shot. His undoubtedly is a prodigious talent, and he is capable always of the highly unpredictable. Williams. Sheepo. Bradford in retreat. Worked out to Froggatt. Keane in the D. Marcus Hall asked to deliver. Oh, it's a good cross and it's gone in! And Sheepo leads the celebrations. But the referee has spotted an infringement and the goal has been ruled out. Those players are not aware of it yet. And the ball is back in play, and half the Coventry side, rather like England in the World Cup, are not concentrating. Crazy scenes at Valley Parade. Only now Sheepo and company realising that they're not 2-1 up. The goal ruled out for offside, and it was a good spot amidst the melee by the referee's assistant. Bradford have scored 4 last-minute goals so far this Premiership season, and those have earned them 5 points. Palmer. Hadji. Palmer's continued his run. Froggatt. Lofted in towards Palmer. Just seemed to flick the head of Weatherall. And here's Sheepo. Hasn't got much for company, save for a referee's assistant. Redfern. To Isaiah Rankin, who is quick when he gets going. Oh, almost managed to squeeze it past Richard Shaw. We're in the midst of 4 minutes of time to be added on. And the referee has called a halt to proceedings, despite the fact that there are still 2 minutes of added time to be played. Barry Knight is looking at his watch. The fourth official came out with the board and seemed to signal that 4 minutes would be added on, but we've only had 2. It's a point apiece, which is eminently fair after a really dogged battle in the best traditions of English football. 1 or 2 questions being asked about the timekeeping, but Gordon Strachan's Coventry glad to escape with a point. They might have won it late in the second half with Sheepo's goal that was disallowed. But Bradford will take encouragement from this. It is 1-1, the final score, at an excited Valley Parade.
It's a bit of a cliche, but it was a real battle in the best traditions of English football, Paul.
Yeah, they probably had everything for the neutral, didn't they? Goal in the first minute. We were a bit ragged for the first 20 minutes. We came back into the game gradually, scored just on half time, and the second half was end to end. Our keepers made some good saves, and we've had a few chances ourselves.
They seem to give you a good scrap.
Gave us a good game. Scrap's a fight. I think they played at football, and they competed. Because as you said earlier on, you've seen a good game of football today. Sometimes if you say the game's it's a scrappy game, but no, it was more than that. It was a good football education today. If anybody wanted to come along and see it, there was good players on show.
That's 7 for the season. What's going on?
Yeah, it's a wee bit of an Indian summer. No, it's nice. I've had a few penalties. I think I scored 2 or 3 penalties, but I'm happy with the fact that I'm getting more forward and getting into scoring positions. You know, even though I scored 7, I think I might have been able to get to double figures by now. That's a lot to do with Carlton Palmer arriving at the club. The fact that he comes and he's more happy sitting and playing the holding role in midfield, and it's just given me that wee more opportunity to get forward and help Hadji and Robbie Keane.
A game that had everything for the neutral, Trevor?
It was good stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I think, you know, I think it was back in September when I was talking about Bradford City, and, you know, I said I think Aston Villa, they lost 1-0. They got a lot of people goal side, and I just wondered where the goals were going to come from. I think they only scored 6 in the opening 10 games. And then what Leicester, Liverpool now today, they've gone sort of almost 4-3-3 and really looked positive. And we had 2 goals, could have had several more, both sides.
So the difference down to you then?
No, it really is the positive approach. I mean, you've only got to look at the way they line up now. I mean, we've sort of highlighted overhead here Lee Mills, who's on the left of those 2, and he starts centrally, and as you can see, Beagrie gets it wide, who did make a difference, and then he drifts to that far post, and he's always going to try and get to the fullback, and he did that often throughout the game. But it's the support from midfield that's making the difference. Here you got Windass, who comes from deep. He and Redfern, and they cover acres of space, and they're the ones that are joining Mills and Blake, and certainly Beagrie across coming on the left made a difference. When the ball got out wide, you just highlighted Windass again and Redfern. They know it's going to go in the box, and so when it comes in, 4 people in there. I mean, I never saw that in that game against Aston Villa throughout the 90 minutes, and yet today that was happening regularly. And if you're going to do that, you are going to, I think, pick up the 3 pointers that teams like Bradford City do need. Coventry
in good form. It looks like Gordon Strachan's made some good signings.
Well, he has. I mean, you know, 2 Moroccans, they're skillful. Sheepo, yeah, Hadji, Carlton Palmer, got to mention, he's doing well sitting in there. But I think, you know, we're going to have a lot to talk about Scotland and England in the next week. So I thought it's worth reminding everyone about Robbie Keane, because he's going to be vital for the Republic against Turkey. You know, a lot of money paid for him. Was he going to be worth the money? And you can see him wanting it there. And Gary McAllister scores the goal, but Robbie Keane does great. Look, he takes the defence away on his left foot then and just knocks it back into the space. It's great. All right, an easy goal, but it's his movement. He's tenacious as well for a little fella here against Andy O'Brien, who's big and strong. You think when he get bundled off the ball, he stays on his feet, shapes across it with his left, and leaves him on the floor. Looks up, is there a ball? I can knock back square, but like you strikers up front, you see goes for goal, and it just spins beyond the far post. But like you as well as a striker, you know, sometimes you don't see the simple ball. Now look at Hadji, he's running miles there. Look, give it, and then little ball off the back heel, but Weathall makes a great tackle. But he should have given that. I mean, if I'd have run from midfield all that distance,
that wouldn't have affected you, Trevor. You'd never have got
there. Acceleration.
You'd still be running yet.
He's having
if I had run that, if I had
what's
run
wrong with him,
and I hadn't got the